Today's 47th birthday of Andhra Pradesh's Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy. Young, dynamic and laborious, he is one of those few leaders who is busy delivering on whatever he promised. In fact, who can forget his unprecedented victory during 2019's assembly elections? One of the best and one of the most interesting elections we've ever seen indeed. So, if I talk about the list of schemes that Jagananna is busy delivering or executing, the list is exhaustive and long. So, today, right now, I'm going to talk about the top 10 schemes that Jagan and his government is busy serving to the people of Andhra Pradesh. It could be a task for a mother to educate her children. Keeping this plight in mind, Jagananna's government executed a scheme called Jagan Amma Vodi. Under the scheme, every mother or every guardian, in case the mother is absent, is facilitated with an assistance that helps her to educate her kids. Yes, this stays for students from class 1st to class 12th. Indeed, education has been a priority for Jagananna's government and it reflects in the schemes they are executing and initiating. 2020 has been hard for all of us. In fact, there have been many people who lost their job because of the pandemic and the lockdown and the closing down of economy. Keeping this plight in mind, Jagananna's government has initiated a scheme called Jagananna Chedodu scheme. Under the scheme, they are identifying all tailors, barbers and washermen who lost their livelihood because of the COVID pandemic. After that, these people will be provided with financial assistance. In fact, this scheme is the need of the hour and they are going to get a lot of blessings from all the people who will be benefiting out of it. As we earlier discussed, education is of utmost importance to Jagananna. Yes, this also reflects in his other scheme called Jagananna Vasati Deevena. Under the scheme, they are trying to make people aware about higher education and its importance. Right, while most of the states are still struggling with primary education, Jagananna has a vision and he's already thinking about higher education and how to provide assistance and build essential skills of the students. Looks like Jagananna is one of the biggest visionaries we have right now. It's a fact that many students from government school have to drop out because they cannot afford books or uniforms. Keeping the struggle in mind, Jagananna's government initiated a scheme called Jagananna Vidya Kanuka. Under the scheme, all the students from class 1st to class 10th who are studying in government schools are provided with accessories which are important for the schooling. The accessories includes notebooks, books, textbooks, uniforms, a pair of shoes, pair of socks, belt and everything in between. This also shows that how willing and passionate is Jagan about dragging kids to school and making them study for the better future. It might be a very common thing for the urban population to go online, order whatever they want and then receive it at the doorstep. But unfortunately, this facility has still not reached all the villages. In fact, hasn't reached most of the villages. To ensure that it does reach all the rural areas as well, Jagananna's government executed a scheme called Village Volunteer Scheme. Under the scheme, all the villages are provided with such a service where whatever they want is facilitated to them at their doorstep. Yes, this is done on volunteer based. This shows that what Jagananna did during his Padyatra by visiting most of the villages, it was very, very genuine and his concerns are to the point. It's not enough to provide students with free education and free schooling and free accessories if the infrastructure of the school is not on point. Jagan understands that and therefore his entire team came up with the scheme called Nadu Nedu, which ensures a good infrastructure of any government school. Under the scheme, they have many points, but most importantly, they are focusing on repairing all the major and minor crevices of the schools. They are providing good laboratories, well-equipped laboratories in fact, They are providing good toilet facilities with running water and drinking water facilities. These things are just to name a few, but they have 9 pointers on which they are working. Life of an unorganized employee, or what we also call as daily wage worker, is not that easy. And Jagan's administration understands this. Therefore, they've come up with a scheme called YSR Bima, which covers the family of a daily wage worker. Yes, in the case of any unfortunate event where a daily wage worker or an unorganized employee passes away or gets disabled, his family is provided by financial assistance. Jagan holds massive respect for women, and this is evident through his schemes like YSR Chayuta. Under the scheme, the women who are 45 to 60 years of age and hail from SC, ST, OBC or minority classes are provided with a financial assistance. This financial assistance is worth Rs 75,000 and this will be provided to them over a span of 4 years. He definitely does care for small scale workers. Therefore, he came up with a scheme called Jagananna, under which all the small traders who are struggling with high rate of interest are facilitated by the government. Not only that, on 25th of December, they are about to launch a scheme called YSR's housing scheme, under which poor people will be provided by assistance when it comes to housing. Interestingly, these are not the only schemes executed and initiated by Jagananna, who assumed the office just like approximately 19 months back. Yes, if I sit here and start talking about all his schemes, I think this video will be longer than any Bollywood movie. So we stop here and we wish the birthday boy a lot of success. Keep the good work up. We all love you.